Hello there everybody, Sam Strains here, welcome back to the Railway and welcome back to another O-Gauge video. Now, using my screwdriver with the big magnet stuck to the side of it, I am really good, I mean excellent, I'm absolutely fantastic at coupling my O-Gauge wagons together. Oh. God. It's impossible. Although I could be slightly better. So today I'm going to be investigating which object makes the least infuriating O-Gauge Shunters pole. So on previous O-Gauge videos, loads of people have been leaving comments suggesting various tools that I can use which might be easier to couple wagons together. They didn't know this, but I've actually been writing them down for quite a few weeks now, taking notes of all the good suggestions, and today I'm going to try out loads of them and see which one works the best. So I'm going to show them to you in just a second. The test is going to go like this. I'm going to basically try to couple with each tool. I will time myself several times, work out an average, and the one that works the fastest and the easiest is going to be crowned the king of the Shunters poles or something like that. Okay, so the first recommendation comes from Oliver Gavin, who suggested that I use some tweezers with straight edges. Now, I'm not entirely sure which tweezers he was actually suggesting there. I've gone with these, which do have the sort of straight edges. I do have the sneaking suspicion, though, that he meant the really sort of straight-edged tweezers that have the really straight downward-facing edges rather than these. So, Oliver, if I misunderstood you there, I do apologise. But let's try this out, because obviously the ends of the tweezers here do have sort of a hook shape to them, and they've got a nice ergonomic rubber grip, and of course you can grab the two ends together like that to maybe get better purchase on the 3-link couplings. So let's try it out and see how it goes. Here we go then, test number 1 with the tweezers. I'm going to try and do this as quick as I can. Ready? 1, 2, 3, start the clock. Alright, so the tweezers already seem quite big and cumbersome, and they're getting caught around the buffers, but hopefully I'll be able to do this. That's first attempt failed. Oh, second attempt failed. Maybe the rushed nature of this is not ideal. Come on. Maybe these aren't the tweezers the recommendee had in mind, but time. There we go, that is 38.93 seconds. So I'm going to redo that test 3 times and calculate an average, and then it's a little bit more reliable, isn't it? Alright, so my next attempts weren't much better. In fact, attempt 2 took nearly a minute. Unfortunately, these didn't work very well, but again, Oliver, apologies if I misunderstood. Maybe I should try some different tweezers another day. Anyway, on to the next suggestion then, and this one comes from Tron Gamer, who suggested that I use an Allen wrench. Now, hopefully an Allen wrench is the same as an Allen key. Maybe it's just an American English difference in the way we name those things. So I've got this here. It's the smallest Allen key I could find. I've got some really big chunky ones. I'm guessing Tron didn't mean those. Again, this has got a bit of a hook to it. It's a very, very large hook. So will larger hooks rather than smaller ones make it easier to couple O-Gauge wagons? Let's time it and see. Okay, test 2 then with the Allen wrench. Not sure how this is going to go. Maybe the hook on the bottom of this is a bit too long for this purpose, but let's give it a try. So 3, 2, 1, start the timer now, and let's get this done. Done. Okay, that was 6 seconds, 6.44 seconds. Big question is that repeatable? So let's uncouple. It's quite easy, I must say, with the Allen wrench. Was I lucky or not? That's why I'm doing averages, okay? Start the timer again. Let's just find out. Get it hooked. Ooh, struggling to get it hooked this time. Oh, derailed the wagon. It's all right, carry on. Go on, drop down on there. Yes, time. Okay, that was longer, 17.64. So amazingly, the Allen wrench worked way better than expected. My average coupling time with this was 13.79 seconds, which was way, way quicker than the tweezers. So that has to be a pass. I wonder if I can beat this with other suggestions. Well, the next suggestion comes from HW Musics, who suggested a short length of 0.9 or 0.7mm brass wire shoved into a cocktail stick, basically, with a J-shape bent into the end. So this is what I've created. I didn't have any cocktail sticks, but I do have the the shaft of a cotton bud, so hopefully that will be okay. And as you can see, I've moulded a really small sort of J-shaped hook into the end of the wire there, so hopefully this is going to work well. Let's give it a test and see how long it takes me. Okay, so the first custom-made tool for the job. Will this be better than the others so far? Well, I'm expecting it to be. Right, let's give it a try. 3, 2, 1, go. There we are, we're on. Stop. 6.83, not bad. Okay, so I'm going to repeat that a few times, see if I can maintain that high speed. I doubt it. Maybe I got lucky, maybe I didn't. Let's try it again. So, well done HW Musics, that suggestion worked really, really well. After the first attempt, I realised that turning the hook the other way to let the chain drop off it again onto the hook was much, much quicker. I wasn't much quicker on the second attempt while I was figuring that out. It still took me around 12 seconds, but overall the average was 8.48 seconds, which was very, very good. So HW Musics, really well done. HW Musics also sent me another suggestion. He said he's also seen it done by taping the same wire to the end of a pound shop torch. You may find either of these to be a satisfactory tool. So I bought a cheap torch, I've wound some wire around the torch and then made that, well, a bit of a larger J shape because I think the smaller size doesn't work all that well. So I'm trying a slightly larger one this time. Obviously there is an added bonus because when you turn on the torch, the hook and the area around it are beautifully illuminated, so you can really see what you're doing. Also, the torch is quite nice and wide, so you can get a really good grip on it. It's quite ergonomic as far as these things go. Will the extra feature of the light help? Well, let's find out. Okay, so with the extra feature of the light, is this going to help me to see and therefore be a bit more controlled? Let's find out. Ready, start the clock in 3, 2, 1, go. Well, I can see it very well. And it's on. Stop. That was 8.75. Had a bit of trouble hooking it on there. Let's see if it's any better the other two times. So that one worked really quite well. My average coupling time with this was 9.37 seconds, which is about a second slower than without the torch. However, I must say, if you haven't got the best eyesight or if your railway isn't lit all that well, the extra light from this torch is an absolute godsend. So do consider this one. It works really, really well. Also, perhaps it might be worth optimizing the hook. Maybe a smaller or larger hook might be easier. It's well worth testing. That may be another day, but I do have some smaller hooks coming up, so we'll try those out. Next up then, let's take a look at some more of your suggestions. Lucas Hag suggested I get a dental pick. I had a bit of a job finding those. Eventually I bought this. This is a dog dentistry set. So if you're interested in do-it-yourself dentistry on your dog and coupling O-gauge wagons, this might be a great option for you. I've already taken out the lethal weapon that is this coupling Shunters pole, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, as you can see, this has got quite a mean spike on the end there. Definitely more of a spike than a hook, this one, but as you can see, it is really, really fine, much finer than the other sort of hooks I've used so far. So maybe the small size of this hook will help. Let's give it a try. Let's start the clock then. 3, 2, 1, start. Right, well, it is a very fine hook, that one, and we're on. Stop. I think that was my quickest ever time. That was 5.04 seconds. You know, we might be onto a winner with that because of just how fine the point is on the end. Could have been a fluke though. Let's see if my other 3 attempts are as quick. Time. Yeah, I struggled to get it hooked there because the hook is so fine, but it was still 6.78 seconds. So I wasn't really expecting that one to be much good, but it was absolutely fantastic. My average time was 5.93 seconds with that one. It didn't take very long at all. Everything seemed to work. The shape of the hook at the end there was just fantastic. It got in there really, really easily. The handle is really, really nice and ergonomic. You can get a good grip on it. Yeah, this worked absolutely amazingly. Very well done. Great suggestion. Let's look at the next one then. This one comes from Umbrian's Locos, and their recommendation was to use a cross stitch. Now, I couldn't find any good results for a cross stitch, so what I ended up with was this. It is, I think it's a crochet hook, something like that. I saw this and thought it might be interesting to try because first of all, the hook is very, very short, so maybe short hooks are better for coupling. We'll try that. But as you can also see, it's quite a fat piece at the end there. Maybe that's not going to hook around the couplings very well. Only one way to find out though. Let's see how it goes. I don't feel very good about this one. Okay, the cross stitch. Will the hook be too fat or not? Let's find out. Ready? Start the clock in 3, 2, 1, go. Right. Ooh, this hook is not great for grabbing the chain. Ugh. Yeah, I just can't get it to stay. Hang on. Oh. I think this is the only one so far that's actually been worse than my screwdriver. Wow. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do this. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. It certainly isn't going to make it easier. Can I just lift it up and get it over? No. I might fault on this one. When do I give up? Do I stay here for hours? Oh, nearly got it to drop over. Go on. Yes. Oh, that is worse than the screwdriver. It's going to give me a mental breakdown. Oh, I'm so close. No. Oh, it's going to kill me, this. So frustrating. Oh, God. No, I don't recommend this. Unless you want to buy a gift for someone you really don't like. Don't use these as shunting poles. Oh, no. I want to do this. I want to find out how long it actually takes. So I'm going to keep going. Got it. That took 1 minute 34 seconds. Oh, I've got to do that 3 times. Holy moly. Okay. Well, this is going to be a fun little time lapse, isn't it? Here we go. Okay, so that one did not work very well. I did manage to improve my technique in the end, but that actually involved not using the hook and just using the shaft to sort of shove the coupling over there. So Umbrian's Loco, sorry about that. It took me over 40 seconds on average. Very, very slow. Maybe though this isn't what you suggested. You did say cross stitch. I wasn't able to find a suitable one of those. So maybe that isn't what you had in mind, but the crochet hook, not a good idea. Don't recommend this one particularly. Okay, next recommendation then comes from Ebo Bro, who basically says take a paperclip and bend it into a Shunters pole. Do notice though, he didn't say bend it into a hook, he did say bend it into an actual Shunters pole, so I decided to take him literally on that. So I went online, had a look at what Shunters poles actually look like, and I tried to replicate the end of a Shunters pole using the paperclip. So as you can see, it's got sort of 90-degree bend, and then the hook curved into that. Is that going to make things better? A slightly different kind of hook? Let's give that a try. Okay, so the big question here is the slightly different profile of the hook going to help me here? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Let's try. Ready on the timer? 3, 2, 1, start. Maybe I've got the hook the wrong way here. Maybe I need it like this. There we are, we're on. That was 13.55 seconds. 3, 2, 1, start. Right, so grab the link, get it over there, and we're on. Time, 7.72. So I think that one actually has a bit of promise. My average time was 10.59 seconds, so definitely not the fastest, but with a bit of practice I reckon I could get quite good with that, and there is definitely some merit in this sort of 90-degree turn before the hook. So if you're interested in that one, make your own. It only takes a paperclip and that's it. Tell me if you get good at this. Does it work? Do you find it easy? I found it reasonably easy, and like I say, if I was having more than 3 attempts, maybe I could get quicker. Might try that again in the future. Either way, thank you to Ebo Bro, that's a very good idea. Okay, we've got one more suggestion left, and it comes from Kevin Hale. He says, Sam, try taking a coffee or tea stirrer, such as you get in motorway services, drill a small hole in the end of it, then take a staple, place it in the hole, and strengthen with glue if you need to. When you're with that done, bend the staple into a hook shape and voila, one coupling hook. So I did exactly that. I tried to follow the instructions as closely as I could. I bought some stirrers. As you can see, I have the staple in the end there, sort of bent into a hook shape. Hopefully this will work, because obviously the length of the tea stirrer here could be an advantage if you're going to reach in. Yeah, might be interesting to see how this goes. Let's time it, see how it works. All right, here we go then with the tea stirrer. 1, 2, 3, go. Right. Oh, I pushed. We'll start again. 1, 2, 3, go. Yes, I thought it would be more fair to actually not shove the wagon out the way before the test. Right, how am I going to do this? Okay, it's round. Yep, time. 13.48. So that one works really, really well, quite easy to use and not too slow. My average was 8.68 seconds, which is not too bad. So you've now seen all of my Shunters poles that I'm going to be showing today. Some of them were really easy, some of them were quite similar, not much different, some of them were really, really difficult. So the results are in. Do bear in mind though that your dexterity and ability to couple wagons using these tools may differ to mine, so maybe your mileage might vary. Also, maybe I bought some of the wrong tools. The tweezers weren't that suitable. Maybe you can get finer crochet hooks, I think it was, that's what I used, yeah. Maybe you can get smaller Allen keys. So yeah, this isn't set in concrete, these were just my findings. Here we go then, the worst Shunters pole, no offence to whoever suggested this, was indeed the cross stitch at 40.04 seconds average. Unfortunately, I was very useless with that. Maybe other people would be better, but for me, unfortunately, I sucked, so that's that. Next up, it was the tweezers. On average, they took me 39.16 seconds to couple the wagons together. Unfortunately, that's not very good either. The next tool though was much quicker. It was the Allen wrench at 13.79 seconds. Still not dreadfully quick, but a lot quicker than I was expecting it to be, I would say. Next up we have the Paperclip Shunters pole. Great idea to actually create a Shunters pole, I would say, and it was fairly quick at just 10.59 seconds. Next up, possibly my favourite and most creative and most useful idea, is the torch with the Shunters pole fitted onto the end of it. That took me only 9.37 seconds on average to get the wagons coupled, which was pretty quick. Now then, we are into the top three. Next up is the tea stirrer. It took me only 8.68 seconds on that one. Obviously the length of the tea stirrer was a big help there because I wasn't having to get in too close and I could see what I was doing. That was pretty good. Next up, the wire shoved into the dowel, or the cotton bud as I used. 8.48 seconds, very close, not much in it, but it was very slightly quicker. The best tool I used though, and it was the tool with which I had the single fastest record with, it was the dental pick at just 5.93 seconds on average, which is by far the quickest. So there it is, the least infuriating Shunters pole I was able to use. I was not expecting it to be this. I thought it would be the tea stirrer or the torch, but no, it was this. So I will put a link in the description if I can find the dog dentistry set that I took this out of. It was about a £5, but if you've got a dog, hey, you can look after his teeth as well. That works really well, very easy to use, not frustrating at all, quite dangerous, so do bear that in mind. I think if you accidentally stabbed your gums, well, I guess gums or fingers or whatever with this, you would be in some pain, but this works really well, and I'm going to be using this to couple my wagons together. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was a bit of a goofy idea, really, not to be taken too seriously, but I guess the result was quite interesting in the end. So thank you for watching, you take care, and I will see you soon for some more videos. Alright, cheers everybody.